Hi everyone, and welcome to another unboxing and review here on Jurassic Collectibles. Today is one I've been very excited to do. It is, as you can see, the Owen Escape Pack, which comes with a Carnotaurus, I believe Panthera, Red, and Owen on the motorbike from the Malta Street Chase sequence. You can see it comes in this gorgeous packaging, exclusive to Smiths here in the UK, and I believe, if I don't knock it over, Target in the US. And you can see on the top, the Owen Escape Pack, the Jurassic World Dominion logo, and on the side we have got the Pyroraptor. On the back, we get a better look at all of the contents of this set. A really cool one, actually. Really excited to have this in hand. And then on the back, we get, or on the other side even, we get the Dominion logo as well. So let's, without any further ado, guys, crack this one open here on the channel and take a look at it. And what we're going to do is sort of give you my live thoughts on this, unboxing it. As you will know, I have reviewed the other version of Red recently from the Ferocious packs, even the latest wave. You can see right out of the box we get a really cool display for these figures actually. What this looks like is the beach where Kayla Watts' plane lands in the film, which is really cool. So like that, really nice display. Mattel have done a really nice job in general with the artwork of their packaging. And then here we have got all of the figures. So what we will look at first is Red, because we've looked at this figure recently anyway. And I have grabbed the other figure to compare it to. And what you can see is that if we bring the, so this is the version we looked at recently. If we zoom in, and just get it in focus, there we go. And this is the new version from this pack. So you can see side by side they are very similar, but actually the version that comes in the multi-pack has got way more detail. It's got more paint over the bridge of the nose, it's got paint on the thighs, and it also continues the patterning down the tail a little bit more authentically, I would say. Yeah, there we go. So we'll move this one out the way, take a look at the one from this pack, and as you can see, there is a ton of really nice paint apps on this figure actually. All of the striping looks really good. You've got nice sharp paintwork for the eyes. Really nice paint on the back of the figure. Sorry, my camera is really struggling to focus for some reason. And yeah, this looks really great. We do have the Dino Facts app, presumably listed as a different figure on the Facts app than the Attack Packs one, and definitely a lot more detail, a much better rendition of Red in this pack. So that is really a nice surprise for me, I won't lie. I thought this was going to be the exact same figure as the Ferocious packs, but it isn't. It's newer, much more detailed, and that is something which is really cool. So we'll move Red out of the way. And the next thing we will look at is Panthera. So Panthera is one which I believe we haven't seen many figures of so far. I think this might be it for the figures we've seen of Panthera so far. And if we zoom that in, refocus that, then you can see Panthera has got some pretty decent detailing on this figure. You've got the stripe that comes down the body. The paintwork for the eyes, if we just bring that back in, looks pretty good. You've got detail in the body, detail in the underbelly, paintwork going up the tail. Little bit weird it doesn't connect up to anything here, but it works well enough. You've got underbelly paintwork, and then the neck is on a joint that can go up and down, like so. I'll be honest, I know that they've made this sculpt so they can make the figure look really dynamic, but I do wish that we had got Panthera in the same sculpt as Red. I personally find that sculpt a lot more usable, a lot more posable, and I just think it looks a lot better than this particular sculpt. With that said, Panthera is also a part of the Dino Facts app, so we will get that in focus for you, as you can see just there. And this is a nice figure. I would recommend picking this up still. Like I say, not a huge fan of this pose, but actually it does feel quite dynamic, and I think you can get some decent enough poses out of it. You'd need to play with it a bit to keep its balance, but you can see there, you can get some decent enough poses. So, not awful. And next we will look at the Carnotaurus. Now this is an interesting one. So what I'm going to do initially, before we look at this, is zoom us out, get us in focus, and bring in Toro. So, you can see that this Carnotaurus is tiny. This is really an attack pack Carnotaurus, which is a really, really interesting decision. I do wonder if this is almost intended to be a juvenile Carnotaurus. Doesn't say it anywhere on the packaging, but I think that is what we are going for here. And you can see, if we get it in focus, oh wow, this is the sculpt from the market sequence. Hold up, let's get that in focus. So see here, it's missing the horn. That is really interesting, wow. I did not notice that, but yeah, you've got the opening mouth, the missing horn on one side so you can see it's asymmetric. You've got the paintwork down the back, fades into the tail, which is all one piece. And then you don't have any underbelly paint, unfortunately, just apart from there. But it's not awful, you know? I think it could work as a juvenile Carnotaurus, really. I would argue the one we see in the film is more full size, but this, you know, for a pack of this price point, it's a very, very interesting inclusion, I would say. As you can see, the jaw opens, the neck is on a ball joint, the little arms are on ball joints as well, which is quite cool. And you've got the legs that can come out and go forward and back as well. And you do have the Dino Facts app just concealed there, which shows you this figure. So I don't think the paint applications are particularly accurate for what we see in Dominion, but it's a nice version of the Carno, and actually, you know, I have to admit it, I like it. It's going to be fun to have a slightly smaller theropod to use in my toy photography, so not too disappointed by this one. And then lastly, ironically enough, the reason I actually bought this set really was to get another of the blue shirt Owen figure for the Dominion line, because the one I got in the 2-pack had that wonky eye. For those of you who have seen the video, you will know exactly what I mean. So I wanted to get another version of that figure, and I thought my best way of doing that was actually buying this set. So you can see it's got Velcro on the back. There we go. And we can break this out, unvelcro the figure from the bike. And what we get here is the bike that he uses in the Malta chase sequence. If we get that in focus, and a figure of Owen. And this figure of Owen is definitely better than the last one I had. The eye paint is still a little bit difficult, but it's certainly better than the last one I had. And we also get his knife and a reuse of the helmet from the Baryonyx set. So if we pop that helmet out first, you can see that there. And then I'm just going to get his knife out. And we've got that there. So the knife, obviously a piece that we've seen with a couple of Owen figures at this point. Very nice still to actually have this sculpted, as you can see just there. Will look really good if we get a Hammond collection Owen that's got that really nicely painted, I think. And then Owen, as per the other versions, has got the knife sheath on the back that works. He obviously has got the blue shirt, you can see. The face sculpt on this one is slightly better than my last one, still a little bit wonky, but it'll do. And then you have got the figure itself. Again, really nice texturing on the jeans. I know I spoke about that a lot in the review, but you can see here, we get it in focus. Just there, so much texture packed into those jeans that it works really well. And the helmet is, like I said, a reuse of the helmet that came in the other pack, which means it is designed to fit over Owen's head. It's a little bit tight, but you can get it on there, as you can see there, and it fits quite nicely. He doesn't wear a helmet in the sequence in the film, and in fact in the sequence in the film he has a light brown jacket on. It would have been nice to get that version of Owen, I think, as a unique figure for this set, but I understand why they may not have wanted to commit to a figure that's only really relevant for one set. Again, that face is not perfect. Had some real problems with the Owen figures in this line, unfortunately, but it is certainly better than the last one that I picked up. And the motorbike itself is this really, really cool sort of dirt bike design. I think this in an olive green colour would work really well as a Lost World motorbike, so let me know if you agree with that. You can see we have got really nice sort of mechanical detailing. You've got the light on the front, the wing mirrors, the roll bar, not the roll bar even, the bars for the bike itself. All of the nice details. The wheels on the front can turn, the wheel on the back turns really nicely. You've got the details for where the brake lights would be, and then you also have got this flip down kickstand that's actually on a ratchet joint, so you can put it down into each position quite nicely. So the bike is definitely the highlight of the set for me. We don't get nearly enough Jurassic vehicles, so I'm actually really, really happy to have another vehicle in hand that I can take out and use for my toy photography. And vehicles are going to be a theme because we have another review of a vehicle coming very soon. So that is Owen and the motorbike. What we're going to do now is bring the rest of the figures from the set in, and I will give you my verdict. So, overall, I think this is a really, really fun playset. I think you get some really, really cool figures here. I think the version of the Carnotaurus included is very unique. I think Red has got some good paint apps, and obviously Panthera is another version of the Atrociraptors we have needed. I definitely would have preferred a full-size Carnotaurus, but for £40 you cannot complain about this pack. You get so much value in this pack that it's a really, really cool gift set. I think this will be perfect for younger fans as a Christmas present or a birthday present, and as collectors I think the value you get in this box is really, really welcome. I hope to see Mattel do more with the motorbike sculpt in the future. I hope we get a repaint of the Carnotaurus that's super detailed, because I think that would be really cool. And I hope we see more playsets in the future that adopt this real kind of value for money approach that Mattel clearly used here. That's my thoughts, but as always, I'd love to hear from you. Let me know what you think of this set in the comments down below. Make sure to like, favourite, subscribe, do all of that good stuff. And until the next video, take care and have a great week.